the current champions of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, South Africa, have played their first game of the competition. So, yes, we finally seen the champions play, and it was a 2-0 win against Ghana. So, I'll give you my few thoughts about this game, break it down a bit, and then share a bit of my opinion on this game for you. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. So this game was a game of really experienced players against players who were having their first taste, majority of them having their first taste of the WAFCON, because about 70, 80, maybe even 85% of the Ghana team were literally playing the WAFCON for the first time, their first ever appearance at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations against South Africa, who had a whole lot of players who were in the team that won the competition only less than 2 years ago in 2022. So that was the game. And if you watch the first 10 minutes, it didn't look like that at all, because Ghana came in very hungry. They looked very hungry in the very first minutes of the game. They looked like they wanted to make a statement in those very first and early minutes, and even created the first chances of the game. So the first save of the game was made by Andile Dlamini, South Africa's goalkeeper. The first actual chance of the game was gotten from Ghana. This chance over here, but they didn't take any of those chances. Then came games like this, which is always won on moments. What you do with your moments when you got them. Ghana got their moments, didn't really make the most out of it. And for South Africa, it was not even a moment. It was this play, which was South Africa in position around the penalty area, but in a non-threatening area. Sizane, the South African player, trying to make a pass, and suddenly there was a rush challenge from Grace Asantua from Ghana. And it was a surprise for me, because Grace is one of the few players in the Ghana team. I think there are only about 2 or 3 players who have played in the WAFCON before in this Ghana team who started the game. I think Grace, Alice, Portia Boachi, the captain. Yeah, I don't think there was any other player who has played at the WAFCON before. So being one of the few players who have played at this competition before and so experienced playing at the highest level, to make a rush challenge to a non-threatening player, I was very surprised. And she was the one who committed that offense. And after VAR review, a penalty was given, which was scored by Linda Motlao, also another experienced player, long-standing member of the South African team, getting the opening goal for South Africa, which came out of nothing because Ghana were in control of the game. And when that goal came in, everything changed, because Ghana went out trying to chase for the equalizer, and boom, the play was switched, the game was switched, a play was switched. So South Africa got on the ball with from Alepe, who is also another experienced player in the team. Then straight pass to Jermaine Seposenwe, who excellently finished that second goal for South Africa. A wonderful touch to score the second goal for South Africa. But then I also had some thoughts about this game, because what I know about football is that when defending, you don't defend as a unit or as an individual. You don't defend as an individual, you defend as a unit. So if there is a defensive line, you stick to that line. And look at this frame here for the goal. Jermaine was onside because the last Ghana player was playing here onside. But this last Ghana player was out of line. So seeing that you are out of line, you're not in line with your other defenders, what do? You fall back in line to play the opposition player offside. But instead, she decides to run alongside Jermaine, because Jermaine has gotten a head start ahead of the other Ghana defenders. She decides to run along with her, playing her onside. And with the experience Jermaine has, she was never going to miss that. It was served on a plate for her. A very good pass from Akora Malepe. Served on a plate for her to get the second goal of the game, which literally ended the game, killed it for South Africa at this point. But even when Ghana tried to come back into the game, there was also Andile Dlamini, who had been excellent in this game so far, made some very good and crucial saves, moments when she was called in, made a save from, I think Alice Kusi made a save from also Grace Asantua, who redeemed herself later on in the game and then had a very good and impressive performance on the day. But then the goalkeeper for South Africa, Andile Dlamini, made very good saves from her. And it also feels like it was a day where South Africa really had everything on their side because Ghana hits the crossbar on 2 occasions. 2 times the ball was struck and then going a goal and hits the crossbar, even including this one, which was an empty goal, a free pull, and then the header went straight onto the crossbar instead of into the back of the net. And after 90 minutes, it was a 2-0 win for the defending champion South Africa. But I don't know, from the performance you saw from South Africa, do you think they really have it in them to defend this title? I don't really think so. And that's because I have watched this Ghana team before the WAFCON. They didn't really impress me that much. So to see Ghana play South Africa and then South Africa, who are the defending champions, and Ghana really impose themselves on the game at certain points in the game, I should have probably gotten a goal or two. I don't know how well South Africa will fare when they play against much more stronger opponents. And I think maybe it could be as a matter of giving the chance for more fresh faces into the team, more fresher legs. Because a lot of the players who are playing, they have over 50 caps, over 60, over 70. Even a good number have over 100 caps. I think about 2, 3, or maybe even 4 players have over 100 caps in the team. So they've won it all. They've seen everything. They've reached the pinnacle of their career. They've passed the pinnacle of their career. So I think maybe it's a matter of trying to blend the two, making sure you have those young, hungry, youthful players starting the games and also the experienced players, some of them to lead the way and then guide the team all together. Because I think South Africa need to do some changes from this game, this early game. If the mission is really to defend the WAFCON, I think there's a lot that needs to be done for Team South Africa. But you can also tell me in the comments your takeaway from this game between Ghana and South Africa.